want to switch gears. I want to talk about JFK and his death, and why do you think he was assassinated?
I mean, the people who, first of all, the evidence of the CIA involvement in my uncle's death is now so not only in the murder, but also then the 60-year cover-up. The fact that the CIA still is violating the law and not releasing, the last few thousand documents is itself evidence of culpability.
Right.
And, that the big question is Trump and Biden both ran saying we're going to release it all. And why didn't they do it? Why didn't Trump do it?
Right. I didn't know that. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and I mean, somebody should ask him that question.
Right. If I can get him on the show, I'll definitely ask him.
Yeah, you ask him that question.
Yeah, I had Robert over. He was talking shit about you. That's what he told me. And I want to hear your answer.
Listen, I have a long relationship with Trump. I sued him twice, and
you sued him twice.
I sued him to prevent him from building golf courses up in the New York City reservoir watershed, and I won both lawsuits.
Oh, okay.
But even then,
he didn't owe you money.
Oh no! There's a lot of people who are in that situation. But even then, I would see him, and we always got along. And he was always, he was very kind. He was very generous. He gave money to my siblings, two of my siblings who were running for political office.
Oh, really?
Contributor, yeah. And so, and I always got along. During the time that I was litigating against him, he offered me he offered my wife a ride on his airplane to Palm Beach. He goes,
he's hitting on her.
And we, and my wife took it, and I ended up going on the airplane with him. And I was litigating against him at that time. So it was weird, but
He done punched Trump right in the face. You're making a move on my woman. Do you buy into the fact?
But anyway, my uncle. So there have been a million documents released now, and and many of the people involved in the assassination have confessed. Many of them, and so if the evidence is so abundant and so definitive and dispositive. I'm an attorney. I was a prosecutor. If I had to try the case, where the CIA was on the dock, I could. I know that I could win in front of almost any jury in America beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah. I saw that video. I said, why would a president of the United States be riding in a convertible? That's a huge
back then, people weren't killing presidents.
Yeah.
So, now they wouldn't. But
do you know the reason?
We know the reason because the people who were involved were all people who were part of the Miami station who were angry at him for not invading Cuba, and they were also angry at him for ending the war in Vietnam. And he had 30 days earlier, he had signed National Security Order 263. Ordering all troops home from Vietnam.
Okay.
At that point, there were 60. My uncle never sent a combat troop to Vietnam. He sent 16,000 military advisors, which incidentally is fewer troops than he sent to Oxford, Mississippi, to get one black man, James Meredith, into Ole Miss. He sent 20,000. So he only sent 16,000 to Vietnam. They weren't allowed to participate in combat, although a lot of them did. They were mainly Green Berets, and they were special forces people, and then they were mechanics. They were people who work on helicopters, those kind of people. So he found out in October 22nd of 1963, he heard that a Green Beret had been killed. And he asked Walt Rostow, who was his aide, for a casualty list. And Walt Rostow came back, and there were 75 Americans who had been killed over their servicemen. My uncle saw that, and he said, that is too many. We're bringing them all home. And he signed that afternoon National Security Order 263, which ordered all troops home from Vietnam, all military personnel by 1965, with the first 1,000 coming home in December of 63, which would have been a month later. So 8 days before that withdrawal would have started, 30 days after he signed that order, he was murdered. And
because it would hurt the military contractors' money and stuff?
Look, Vietnam was a CIA project. CIA from beginning to end. The CIA ran the government, and I think 16 of the provinces in South Vietnam, and from beginning to end, it was a CIA project. And the same people who were involved in his assassination, people who were later part of the Operation Phoenix program, David Morales, David Adley Phillips, E. Howard Hunt, the people who were kind of the masterminds of the assassination were, and Bill Harvey, were involved principally in Cuba, but also in Vietnam. These were the same people who had run the overthrow of Jacobo Arbenz in Guatemala in 1954. And they ran the Bay of Pigs, and they ran the assassination programs, Operation Mongoose, Alpha 66, all the assassination programs for Castro. So they were professional assassins, a lot of them. And those are the guys who killed my uncle. And as I said, many of them confessed, did mainly deathbed confessions.
Yeah, so a bunch of neocons who was hurting their money with the
these were people, they were ideologues, they were they were all involved with the mafia. Because there are 3 mafia families, the Trafficanti, Santos Trafficanti from Tampa, Sam Giancana from Chicago, and Carlos Marcelo, who's from Dallas and New Orleans, who had casinos in Havana that were their principal sources of income. And Castro had closed all the casinos, so they wanted to kill Castro. And that's why they were recruited by the CIA. But Bill Harvey was the Miami station chief. He hated my father, hated my uncle. And he had befriended a mafia chieftain whose name was Johnny Roselli. And Roselli became a liaison to those 3 mafia chiefs. And so they were collaborating with the CIA in how to murder Castro. And all of the projects were joint collaborations between those 3 mafia families and the CIA. All of those characters were involved in my uncle's assassination. There was a guy, I'm very good friends with Woody Harrelson. His father was a hitman, and who died in prison in Texas in maximum supermax.
Woody Harrelson, the actor, the comedian?
Yeah, His father was a guy called Charles Harrelson, who was involved in my uncle's assassination. Wow. And he was he was a very gifted, talented, brilliant guy, and who was recruited from when he was very young. He was in the military. He was recruited out of the military. He was a sniper by the CIA. He was not involved in the shooting, but he confessed to it. And he told Woody about it, and I've talked a lot to Woody about it. But also, there's pictures of him there. Wow. If you look up the 3 tramps.
3 tramps.
3 tramps in Dallas. These were 3 men who were found hiding in a boxcar. I mean, the boxcar was right behind the grassy knoll. There was a rail station behind the grassy knoll, and there were 3 men who were described as the 3 tramps, and they were photographed being walked by the police through Dealey Plaza. There was a temporary police station there, and one of those is Woody's dad.
Wow.
Oh, but so my uncle,
They used to say that was a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that are conspiracy theories. The word conspiracy theory means something the government doesn't want you talking about.
We got an important announcement for you. A damn important announcement.
So do.
The value of the American dollar is getting weaker and weaker. And don't believe Biden and his lying media.
He's a liar.
When he tell you there's no inflation.
Inflation's going crazy.
Look, you see it all around you. You got grocery bills, real estate market, gas prices, everything's going up. Everything going up. Yeah, it's because the strength of our dollar is going down. Just like y'all, we've been trying to find different places
put our money, keep it secure, because every day the Fed is printing money.
Yeah, like
Non-stop.
Like it's monopoly money.
and of course, mainstream news outlets.
Yeah, they ain't
not-
gonna talk about it.
Yeah, they're not going to cover it. So we go to Dr. Kurt Elliott for all our economy updates.
That's a damn good white man.
damn good white
That's
man.
a damn good white man.
And he's smart too.
Yeah, he is.
Dr. Kurt Elliott is a precious metals expert and has been working in the gold and silver market for over 20 years.
That's a long time.
Yes.
20 years?
Yeah, that's why we partnered with Dr. Kurt. Go to Hodgetwinsgold.com.
Signing up is totally free, and Dr. Kurt's team of advisors will listen to all your concerns you may have about your economic future, talk you through the right plan that especially fits your needs.
Go to Hodgetwinsgold.com. It's not our gold. It's just our website. Go to Hodgetwinsgold.com right now and secure your economic future today for you and your family.
Man, I wish I had me some gold in my basement.
Yeah.